Over the past 2 years, Google has quietly released more than 30 distinct AI apps. Yet, if you ask most people what Google AI is, they'll point to a single chat window, Gemini. Using a general-purpose chatbot for every digital task is like trying to build a house using only a Swiss Army knife. It works in a pinch, but it's wildly inefficient for heavy lifting. Hidden underneath this flood of experimental releases are highly specialized, completely free tools. They offer precise control and better output than Gemini, but they are buried in the noise. To figure out which of these actually matter, we are going to map out Google's chaotic ecosystem based strictly on what you do every day. This bubble chart organizes the clutter into 3 distinct user profiles: the creator, who needs aesthetic control; the optimizer, who automates administrative work; and the developer building applications. Your first step is to completely ignore the buckets that don't apply to your daily profession. Focusing on 2 or 3 apps allows you to reach professional proficiency in a week. Dabbling in all 30 means you're constantly learning new interfaces instead of actually producing work. If you are a marketer or a creative professional, speed alone is useless. You require exact aesthetic control over your visual assets. This is the main friction point with Gemini. It gives you a quick image, but if a single detail is wrong, you have to write a new prompt and hope the AI guesses what you want. You end up trapped in an endless loop of revisions. This matrix compares Gemini to Google Flow. Gemini prioritizes speed, but Flow offers exact control. Flow dictates aspect ratios and generates 4 variations simultaneously. Using its annotation tool, you can circle an unwanted element and replace it without altering the composition. For broader campaigns, there is Pomeli. You feed it a single link to your website. It extracts your fonts, brand colors, and tone, and immediately generates cohesive social media copy and product mockups. Audio requires similar precision. Notebook LM generates great audio overviews from your documents, but you can't change the hosts. An alternative called Illuminate accepts the same source material but lets you select specific voice profiles, tone parameters, and target audiences. The afternoon you spend learning these interfaces ends the cycle of generating, rejecting, and reprompting generic images until you finally settle for good enough. Now we look at the manager or office worker, the everyday optimizer trying to clear administrative bottlenecks. To unlock heavy automation here, you have to make a direct trade. You gain hours of reclaimed time, but you have to grant an AI agent deep, continuous access to your personal inbox and calendar. This effort versus impact chart plots Google productivity tools. Apps like Learnabout sit low on impact. Workspace Studio and AI Inbox sit high because they run natively. A Workspace Studio flow triggers automatically. An email arrives, AI summarizes it into a doc, and pings you in chat. AI Inbox takes a similar passive approach. It scans the raw data of your incoming emails and quietly categorizes them into actionable to-do lists entirely without your intervention. There is a catch to Workspace Studio. You can build these flows for free today, but Google plans to transition this tool to a paid credit system soon. You have to weigh the value of your privacy against the value of your time. If you are comfortable letting Google read your daily communications, these agents will handle the busy work for you. For coders and technical tinkerers, the divide isn't about features. It's an architectural choice between cloud computing power and local data privacy. This decision tree outlines your first question. Are you prioritizing raw compute or absolute security? If you need power, you go left to Google AI Studio. This gives you direct access to models for Vibe coding apps. AI Studio demands overhead. You need a baseline understanding of application logic to direct the model. If you require security, you go right to Google AI Edge Gallery. You download a localized large language model directly onto your smartphone, severing the cloud connection. Running a model locally guarantees your prompt data never touches a server. The cost is that you lose real-time internet search and the massive computing power necessary for complex logic. Establish your project parameters early. Define your constraints around privacy and compute, and pick the matching architecture before writing a single line of code. Keeping track of Google's constant updates generates a lot of anxiety, but trying to master every new experimental release creates severe workflow fragmentation. Stop treating AI as a novelty tech demo. Treat it as a specialized hire for a specific job. This scorecard maps essential tools by profession. Creators adopt Flow, Pomeli, Illuminate. Optimizers use Workspace Studio and AI Inbox. Developers choose AI Studio or AI Edge. That leaves a massive pile to aggressively filter out. Ignore Project Genie, Disco Browser, Text Effects, and Arts and Culture. We've already seen standalone apps like Gen get folded directly into Google AI Studio. Investing weeks into these isolated experiments usually means learning a workflow that will be relocated or automated into Gemini or Workspace within a few months. True productivity doesn't come from knowing every tool on the market. It comes from building a strict stack of 2 or 3 apps that solve your specific problems and